ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure wave review on the entire Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movies Cosmo Build-A-Figure wave, not including the Groot Deluxe figure. I already reviewed this one, and if it bothers you not see this packaging with the rest of them, hey, there you go. All the Guardians Volume 3 figures together in one shot. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to see that. I bought all of these at my local Targets, and I did a whole bunch of toy hunting, and it was not pleasant dealing with the windowless packaging. It was the first time I actually hunted down a whole wave with the windowless packaging, and not cool. But you can see the list of the characters on the side right over there with the Cosmo Build-A-Figure, and then you get an image of each of the characters along with all the contents included right there, and then on the other side you can see images of each of the characters right over there. Not looking too bad, and they all have a not spot varnished Guardians logo on the top and not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack these things open. But first, I gotta give a big thank you to today's sponsor. Oh, my number one, this looks fun. Star Trek Fleet Command is a free-to-play open-world MMO game in which you command a starbase on the front lines of the Star Trek universe. Construct fleets of your favorite ships, recruit legendary officers to your crew, and pursue your goals of expanding territory, exterminating rivals, exploiting resources, and exploring strange new worlds. The game explores Seven's journey between leaving Voyager and joining the Fenris Rangers, showcasing her struggle with her Borg identity and her desire to embrace humanity. Gather your crew and customize your fleet. I choose Q. If you're ready to join the millions of players already exploring the galaxy, building their fleets, and competing in space battles, then click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to download Star Trek Fleet Commander today. And big thanks to Star Trek Fleet Command for sponsoring this YouTube channel. And here are the Guardians figures out of the packaging, and they look pretty good. There is some reuse stuff here for sure, but there's definitely some very new stuff going on as well. I don't have really a whole lot of complaints. I'm pretty much seeing what I expected to get over here. But anyway, let's get a closer look at them, and we'll start with Star-Lord. Oh my goodness, Hasbro finally nailed it. They did it. They gave us a Chris Pratt that looks like Chris Pratt. I mean, you may not think this looks like Chris Pratt, but hey, I think it does, especially when we do some comparisons over here with the one that I've had on my display shelf so far. I mean, look at that difference right over there. It's comical. This is much improved. Look at that. Way better. And then if you want to see the helmet on this one, I got a picture right over there for you if you want to check that one out. And you can see we get a new upper torso right over here. But aside from the head and this upper torso, it's all reused stuff. You can see the arms right here reused from this Star-Lord. So you get the pins showing and all that. Yeah, he's got painted gloves right there. You get these new guns. These are his accessories right here. He does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece. Not the same thing as these weapons right over here. And then you can see we get some nice red paint. I like the detail with the buttons. Very well, nicely painted. God, I love that logo right there. It looks really, really good. A little bit of paint chipping, or I guess this little button kind of runs into that joint. And then you can see right here, the belt looks pretty good with this reused stuff right over here. A bunch of reused stuff on the Star-Lord and the Drax figures. You get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Oh, I got some weird side-eye stuff going on with my Drax figure. You can see his right eye is looking, too much to the center. So it's more of a cockeyed Drax than a side-eye Drax. But other than that, I like the head sculpt. It's just the paint apps right there. I hope not everybody's Drax looks like this. Fairly clean right there for the tattoos, though. And the mouth paint looks pretty good. When I look at it like this, it looks a little bit better. I like the color choice for the eyes and stuff. Would have been really nice if it was just applied properly, I guess. I don't know. Looks just a little bit weird. Oh, that looks pretty trippy on the back right over there. Yeah, they're pretty similar. The design is fairly similar. Yeah, this does cover a little bit more surface area. But you can see the Volume 2 head screaming, which I do prefer out of the two of them. Yeah, this one's really mellow. And I don't know. I feel like it's part of Drax to be all topless and buffed and, you know, kicking ass. I don't know. It's got the big old jumpsuit on. I guess it works. It's fine. But anyway, you can see nice buttons right there with the silver paint apps. And then you can see the arms look all right over here. And these are brand new, pinless. I like that. Reused daggers, of course. We've seen these on all 3 versions. Just sold the Volume 1 version, so I won't be comparing that one in the video. Yeah, these legs are the same legs as the Volume 2 legs. And then you can see the boot holsters right over there. And the peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And here's looking at Mantis, and it's the same head sculpt as we'd seen with the last one. But I gotta say, I do like this one more. The photoreal tech looks a lot more crisper, a lot more realistic, right? I think it looks really good. I like the color tones that we're seeing right over here. Plus, we get the lit up antennae, so that's pretty neat. She still has the green streaks in her hair. It's less glossy, you know, in comparison. I don't know. I still like this one, though. This is not a bad figure, and I like her all in green. Kind of like with the Drax, I don't know. They have their iconic looks, you know, but having all of them in their suits is pretty awesome, too. And I think this new female body mold is incredible. I really like it a lot. Nice paint applications as well, but yeah, pinless joints through and through. I like the rib patterns right over here on the inside. Nice looking arms. Really nice looking torso right over here. The belts look great. She has gesture hands right over here for her empathy effects or powers and everything. Here's looking at the inside of the arm. So that's pretty dope. She does not come with any accessories aside from the Cosmo Build-A-Figure piece. Then there's the butt, and then there's the legs, and we get the pinless joints. Nice long legs. Boots look pretty good. Do like those. And then you have the heels right over here and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Ooh, I love my Nebula, and I love my Karen Gillan, and I can't wait to see her in this movie. Very interested to see how the character's developed, and I really like this head sculpt. I love the photoreal tech. Nice silver paint apps right over there. Looks pretty crispy and clean on my copy. I can't really complain. I do like it. Looks pretty good compared to the Endgame head sculpt. This is from the Quantum Suit set. It looks, you know, still pretty good over here, but this looks better. Right? You can see more details with the newer version. And the body mold is the same as the Mantis body mold. Nothing really different except for the left arm right over here and the right hand, which you can see is an open hand and blue. This one has that Mantis gesture right there. That's what I'm going to call that. I'm just going to call it that. All right. And then right over here we have the bionic arm looking pretty sweet, you know, pinless. I like that. Here's the inside right over there, and then you have that gun hand, and she has some accessories. We've seen this blaster before several times, and I think we've seen this same exact knife before, but you can just go ahead and plug that into the wrist, and I like that we have some orange right over here. It's all serrated, so I do think this is new, actually. I take it back. And then you have this gun, which we've definitely seen before, because I have my Volume 2 figure holding that same gun right over there. Boom. This one has more paint. But yeah, looking at the rest of the figure, there's only one little blemish right over here at the breast, and then you can see some, a little bit of sloppy gold right over there. So not as clean as the Mantis figure. I do like the silver pins. Really love this body mold, though. Really, really like it a lot. I think they did a great job with it. Really like this one. Yeah, came out looking really good. Love the pinless joints. Love the articulation. Then here's looking at Rocket, and aside from the head and tail, everything else is new. Yeah, we've seen this head before, so there's a Rocket Raccoon head comparison. The paint apps look pretty good, so nice and clean. I do like that, a little bit more realistic. I don't know about the all black right over here. I wish they added something to it when they go with all one color. I do prefer a silver, especially, or gunmetal gray. Definitely prefer a gunmetal gray, but getting him, to let go of that, the rest of the figure looks really good. Again, I really like these Guardian suits. So yeah, the uniform's very fun, very cool. I like it. I think it's awesome that they're doing this. Nice logo right over there. And there's looking at all the line work and everything in the sculpt. There's little boots right over there, little hand. Then there's his tail right over there, which is a little bit more raccoon looking than the last one. There it is. See, this is a little bit scragglier, smaller tail. I like the bigger striped tail right over here. As far as the aesthetics go, I think it looks very cool. I guess he has a solar gem right over there. And yeah, I was very much looking forward to this character. I think they should have used Adam Warlock instead of Captain Marvel in Endgame. That would have been a lot better, I think, especially because, you know, I don't know, in the comics it goes down like that quite a bit. I love what they've done with the hair. Oh man, that's so cool. They got gold highlights right here. I think that's so neat. And then the cape right here has a lot of nice detail on the back of it. I think that's really cool. I don't know, when you look a little farther away, you can see that. Oh, yeah, that is really nice. I like that very much. Very, very cool. Going back closer to the figure, nice details right over here. I like the pinless joints. I like the red paint applications. No interchangeable parts, no accessories for him at all. A little skull right over there. And yeah, I don't know exactly how accurate this is to the movie, but you know, there's some gappage issues with this figure. That's a bit weird. I do like the texture on the inside of the cape though. That is pretty cool. But yeah, this all kind of feels very Vision to me. I don't know, you know what I'm talking about? Does it make any sense? And then looking at the boots right here, oh man, I don't mind the design really, but just the placement of the ankle pin right here is just all off. So posing him around, especially in flight poses, it just looks really bad, and I'm not enjoying it. And pretty stiff joints, by the way. But you could see right over here. Oh, jeez, yeah, and I had to heat this up. I don't know, doesn't that look weird? Does that look off? Like no matter what, I try to tilt it around and it just like looks like it's the wrong foot on the wrong side, but when I look underneath right here, it appears to be on the correct side, you know? So, frustrated with those feet, damn it. But I will say this, while it's very bright and shiny, I do like the metallic look. I'm not seeing a whole lot of marbling. I think the marbling is kind of gone on this one. So, good job on the lack of extra marbling. So I really love this Sean Gunn head sculpt. Kraglin looks fantastic. It really does look like Sean Gunn to me. I think they did a great job with this. I like Sean Gunn, so yeah, happy to have his figure. Then here's looking at the fin for a fin comparison. It looks just like the one that was on Yondu's head, as it should. The paint applications are a little different though, so yeah, there is that. You can see the little knife right over here. If you guys saw my toy hunt video, yeah, that little knife right there. But this is a Kit Bash figure, and in some places it looks okay, in other places it looks awfully weird. We have a new upper torso. This all looks very cool. I do like the new stuff, and you have the strap and the Yondu arms right here, and this whole midsection, I think, I don't know, I do appreciate the zipper paint and sculpted stitching and stuff, but it's just way too long. I don't know, the proportions look so bizarre on this figure. The Yondu legs just don't work out, man. It's just really weird looking. So I wish they went in a different direction over here. Look at that. Maybe they'd, I mean, I don't know. It just looks odd to me. Yeah, I'm happy to have a Kraglin, but this particular version just looks so weird. Anyway, for his accessories, you can see the arrow right over here. Did I get the wrong one? Shoot, I think I got them mixed up. But they're very identical. And then he comes with the Build-A-Figure piece as well. I know, it's so weird doing a whole wave review and not having any Bafart, but oh god, okay, yeah, so this is weird, and I don't mind that snapped off. It's happened so many times before, and it's fine, you can just snap it right back on, but look at that doggy head sculpt. They just did a fantastic job on this Cosmo. I'm so happy to have a Cosmo. This will work fine in a comic collection or for your MCU version. I think they just did a great job with this doggy. Oh, such a cute dog. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to be like this. You're supposed to take, I guess, the lip that has the wider side, faces down, and it's just a pressure clip right over here. But why doesn't it cover the whole head? That just astounds me. Like, why is it only like this or like this? And when it's up like this, it doesn't even close all the way. It kind of hinges open, but it's down all the way like that. So she could look through. I don't get it. So it's really weird. And yeah, I wish they made it like a complete dome. Or then you could take off the top half of it. You know what I mean? So that would have been cool. When you're putting it together, make sure that you have the pegs right here. Or right, like that's all pegged in the way it's supposed to. They're different sizes on the top and bottom. The paint applications on this figure look really, really good. I like the trim right here with the red. And then, you know, all the whole astronaut suit for this dog is just really good. Like the fuzzy tail right over there. Just looking at the back, nice little bit of leathery detail. A little bit of a red paint splotch, but Yeah, man, not too bad. It looks really good. I like this Cosmo. Nice looking dog. Yeah. I'm sad that it's a Build-A-Figure. I really wish it didn't have to be a Build-A-Figure to get it. Especially because there's a lot of people out there that want a Cosmo that maybe not want to have a bunch of movie figures. But, yep, here it is. And you can see the nails are painted right over there. Peg holes at the bottom of those feet and these feet. Oh, wow. Peg holes all around and all. The doggy toenails are painted perfectly. So, yeah, looks pretty good, man. I do like it. It's just this whole dome piece right over here. The helmet just throws me off. It's like, what the hell? We're not doing an articulation segment for each figure. The Star-Lord figure we are pretty familiar with, right? Like, we know how this figure works. We know how this one goes. He has the neck hinge right here for the new torso, so he can look up a bit. You have to get the back of the hair over the collar right there, and he can look down, turn side to side, a little bit of head wobbling, ab crunch, back forward, and you get the waist cut, and we know how these double jointed elbows work, and yeah, that's a Star-Lord articulation. Vertical hinges right there on the wrists, no horizontal hinges. Drax, similar situation, except we have these new pinless arms right over here, so you can see they bend in very far for a bulky character. I like that, and he has vertical hinges right there. As far as the head sculpt goes, he will look up and move down, turn side to side, a little bit of head wobbling right there, decent ab crunch forward, and it moves back, waist cut, no boot cut on this, I always forget. And then these two have the same body mold. I love this body mold. I think the Nebula is really one of the better figures from this wave, and then you can see that bionic arm right there, double jointed, pinless, double jointed elbows. Love these right here. The heads will move up. You do get that collar that does block and hinder a little bit, but you can get it to look down, turn side to side, a little bit of head wobbling, and then you have a great diaphragm joint, diaphragm pivot, crunches forward only a little bit. Can't wait to see that lower abdomen crunch on the new Black Widow figure whenever that comes out, and then the hips will move outward that much, kicks forward and back a little bit, upper thigh cut. Then the pinless double jointed knees. We do get boot rotation on this one, ankles down, up, and beautiful ankle pivot. It's the same as what we've seen before. Ball joint right there for the head, pretty limiting. Shoulders will move outward and rotate around. This part of the shoulder pad kind of gets in the way. Then you have a single jointed elbow, rotates, and then you have a vertical hinge on this side of the wrist, and you get a horizontal hinge on this side for a tiny figure. That's pretty cool to see. Then you have the diaphragm joint, diaphragm pivot, forward and back, no waist cut. Then the legs move outward, kicks forward, back, upper thigh cut, single jointed knee, rotates at the knee, ankles down, up, beautiful ankle pivot. You have rotation at the tail, and you have a hinge at the tail. It will pop off if you're a little bit too frantic with it. He has the dumbbell joint, so you can only move the head upward that far. That's frustrating. Only looks down that much. Rotate side to side. Good head pivot, though. Shoulders move outward. You could rotate forward that much, back that much. Getting him into like a Superman pose is tricky to do, as you can see that right there. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Pinless joints look pretty good. Wrists turn side to side, hinge up and down. The ab crunch moves forward, kind of weird. Shifts forward just a little bit, moves back. Get that gap right there, pivoting, rotate side to side. Hips move outward, kicks forward, back a little bit. Oops, sorry, Mantis, upper thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees don't bend in all the way. Then the ankles are very stiff. They do move down, they do move up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. And then we have the Kraglin figure right here. We get the dumbbell joint, so no hinge right there for the neck. We'll move down. Oh, it doesn't move down at all. Turns side to side. Some head pivoting, though, so you can get emotive gestures from him. And then the shoulder joints, same as Yondu. You could rotate all around. Biceps swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist turns side to side. They hinge up and down on both sides right there. You have the diaphragm joint. Diaphragm pivot, crunches, doesn't even crunch forward, just shifts forward, shifts back, pivots, and turns side to side. Hips outward, forward, back, and then upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, and then no boot rotation, ankle moves down, up, beautiful ankle pivot, and of course we have Cosmo. How dare I forget the freaking Build-A-Figure. So this moves up and down, you can take it off, turn the head side to side, has some pivoting. Yeah, so I do like this head joint right there. It's a ball joint, it feels like. So decent range of movement for the doggy figure. I think that's pretty solid. So I do like that. And you do get legs that move forward and back. All four of them do that. They splay outward a little bit. So that's pretty cool. And you get a joint right here. You get joint here, joint here, joint there, joint there. You don't get full range of movement on these. And oh man, it can be pretty stiff. Sometimes I feel like I have it set up backwards too. But I think that's right. And you can rotate at the elbows and the ankles right over here. Then you have the foot joint right there at the very bottom for the paws. It has ankle pivot, moves up and down. The tail moves up and down and rotates side to side. And then you have a torso joint that pivots and rotates and moves up and down. And for Mantis, I just want to show the head articulation. You can turn the head side to side, pivots a little bit. She can look up right just about that much. There is a neck hinge for this new female body mold, and she can look down as well. Oh, and you can rotate all of Cosmo's head right over here too. So if you leave that in position, then you could move the head around like that. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Now to measure out these figures, you can see Star-Lord is standing at about that 6.5 inch mark, and Drax is the tallest figure from the wave, standing closer to 7 inches, I guess not including the fin over there on Kraglin. The female figures closer to about 6.25 inches tall. Rocket, only about 3. Adam Warlock, about 6.5. Kraglin, a little bit taller, closer to that 7 inch mark. And then Cosmo over here. Oops, sorry, Nebula. But yeah, Cosmo, about 3.5 inches tall for the Build-A-Figure. And you're looking at about 6 inches across. Then here's a Star-Lord comparison. Holy crap, I have a lot of Star-Lords. And geez, I need to sell some. I'll probably sell one of these and sell one of these. And I don't think I'm even including the very first one that came out from Volume 1, which had the weird doll face looking thing. But anyway, yeah, best head sculpt out of the 5 of these. And yeah, Star-Lord party, yeah! I'm Star-Lord. I'm Star-Lord. Oh, I regret selling that Volume 1 figure at the time I did it. I wish I had all 3 to compare. But yeah, we have Volume 2 Drax, and there's your Volume 3 Drax. And I do need to do a head swap. That works perfectly. Did this figure come with an alternate head? No, it just came with one screaming head, right? But yeah, if you wanted a screaming head on this figure, well, boom, there you go. You can do it. Then here's our Mantis comparison, and man, I still like Mantis in the all green over here. Same thing with the topless Drax, but I want to do a head swap because I absolutely prefer this newer head sculpt over the older one. It's the same sculpt though, but the ball peg size is not the same. It's looser on this one. Weird. But you can still get it on there. If you want to get sticky tack or something, it'll stay on there more securely. Oh yeah, this is not going to work. You cannot do that. Nope. Then for a Nebula comparison, you can see our Volume 2 Nebula next to our Volume 3 version. And yeah, the head size is way smaller on this older figure right over here. Then for a Rocket comparison, I do have all 3 versions right over here. Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3 with the bonus Endgame Quantum Suit one right over there. And then here's the little raccoon that came with the deluxe Groot. For an Adam Warlock comparison, you can see our MCU version next to our comic version, which we need a new classic comic version Hasbro. Where's the Adam Warlock at, huh? I mostly do like the design choice right over here. It still kind of reminds me of Vision, though. Then here's Adam Warlock next to the MCU Vision figure. Then here's Adam Warlock next to the Endgame Thanos figure from Marvel Legends. And yeah, we'll never see these two fight. It's so sad. It would have been so sick to see Adam Warlock pummeling the hell out of Thanos at the end of Endgame instead of Captain Marvel, right? Am I the only one who wished upon that happening? No. Then for a Ravager comparison, you can see we have Kraglin next to Yondu, and then there's Star-Lord again. I don't know. It's just a very odd looking figure. Then here's Cosmo next to the only other Marvel Legends dog that I have close by. We have Ms. Lion right over here. And yeah, I mean, well, don't poop on Ms. Lion, Cosmo, but you can see the size difference. I guess Cosmo's a little bit oversized, right? Like, especially, I don't know, let's get Adam Warlock. I don't know, it's a big dog. Yeah, fairly big sized dog, but not totally off, I guess. I don't know, it works for me. Then here's the Cosmo Build-A-Figure wave next to the Deluxe Groot from Guardians Volume 3, and not a bad collection of figures over here. Pretty pricey. I still feel like this could have been the Build-A-Figure. It would have been better that way, I think. And I'm gonna rank these. I don't want to include this in the ranking, though, because it was a separate purchase, so I'm going to step away over here with the Groot, and I'm going to say, at the bottom of the list, I am going to give it to the Kraglin figure, because it looks so weird. Like, the proportions are just so off. Whether you're a fan of the character or not, it's just, as an action figure, it is just incredibly bizarre. So, yeah, bottom of the list is Kraglin, and then I'm going to give it to Rocket right above that one. And then I'm going to say the Mantis figure right above that, because I really like the green Mantis, and this is still an awesome figure. I love that body mold. Above Mantis, I am giving it to the Star-Lord figure, and then Drax, and then I'm going to go with the Adam Warlock, And then at number 2, I'm giving it to the Nebula. I love the Nebula figure. Love this female body mold. She has the most accessories out of all of the figures. And then at number 1, I am going to give it to the Cosmo figure because, yeah, this one I could use for both comics and movie displays. And I really have been wanting a Cosmo for a long time. Then here's the Cosmo Build-A-Figure Wave. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Inner Letdown Spider-Man. Hey, the Guardians of the Galaxy. You love music. Do any of you know my Spider-Man song? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Should have another review coming up very, very soon. So stick around on the channel. And big thanks to all of you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I really do like these figures. This is a fun set of figures to have. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I love the Abnett run of Guardians. So having that kind of lineup in the cinematic universe has always made me very happy. So I've always been a mark for the Guardians. And only recently I've been selling off my older Guardians figures. So having more of them, it's not bothering me too much, man. I wanted to get them all with these new blue suits, and I think they look pretty dope. It's just that there are shortcomings over here, and shortcomings in places where I really didn't want to see them. For instance, with the new characters. We've never gotten a Kraglin figure before, we've never gotten an Adam Warlock figure before, and both of those figures came out weird. Like, there's weird things with both of them, and that really frustrates me a lot. Hopefully it's just this copy of the Adam Warlock. I know the Kraglin, it's going to be like that with all of them, but with the Adam Warlock, I'm thinking maybe it's just the pins on the ankles on this particular copy are awkward, but that diaphragm joint is also weird. I hate that you can't make his head look all the way up for really cool flying poses. So a lot of frustrations with the Adam Warlock. Yeah, that one does bum me out. I really like the Cosmo though. I'm very happy with the Cosmo figure. So, you know, it's not the worst set. I'm bummed out about getting a small Build-A-Figure for sure. God damn it, it pisses me off. It really does. It upsets me. But I'm still happy to have this set over here. And yeah, I am a bit frustrated at the price point of around $200 total. I'm going to give this Guardians Volume 3 Wave a Sud rating of...
It's not too bad.
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.